All right, so that is how we start another very beautiful Saturday night right here on Duvet on GHOne television. My name is Natalia, and tonight we are touching on a very, very interesting subject. So, one of my guests says that it is a bad job or a broken jaw. But tonight we're talking about the art of giving head. Yeah? And I know that, when it comes to head, it goes both ways. But allow me to, first of all, introduce my guest for tonight. I have with me tonight Senior Twinsdomberg.
Yeah.
You're welcome to Duvet.
Thank you very much.
How have you been?
Hustling.
Hustling. I see you all over the place, like all over. Globe trotting.
Yeah, Kaswa and...
But it's interesting. You really enjoy what you do, don't you?
Oh, yes.
Because I can see the excitement. Anytime I see a video of you, I can see the glow in your eyes. Like,
yeah,
I love what I do.
I could have done anything aside what I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You couldn't have done anything better?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? And you're so good at it.
Really?
The only thing you're missing is you're yet to take a photo of me. And I don't even know why that is. Like, why?
That's absolutely true,
Yes.
What are we waiting for?
I don't know.
Maybe
we'll figure it out.
At the party.
At the party. We will definitely do that. And then I have Chelsea also on, who's a celebrity massage therapist. How are you, Chelsea?
I'm fine.
It's been a minute.
Oh.
What have you been up to?
Work.
The usual hustling.
Yeah, hustling.
Chasing
yeah.
paper.
Chasing the paper.
Are you catching the paper?
Of course.
You're catching it.
Making the East Legon money.
You're making the East Legon money.
Yes,
and then
please,
I have Ami Shika. How are you, darling?
I'm feeling sexy.
Oh,
I'm excited about the topic.
You're excited about the topic.
Yeah.
I knew that because the minute we came up with it, Gifty knew exactly who to put on. And I'm surprised that one of the guests, is still claiming that he has no idea because he was top of mind for us when we thought about the topic. So, but anyway, how have you been?
I've been great.
Yeah?
I've been trying to stay busy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chasing paper as well?
Yeah.
You're
Accra's
catching
hard.
it? Accra is hard.
It's been so hard.
Especially in recent times, isn't
Yeah.
it? But you're catching the
We're
paper.
Yeah, we're
You
trying.
are.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. All right, so let's jump straight into it. It will not be fair to start with Senior. He's like the only man.
Yeah.
It won't be fair to start. So Chelsea, let me start with you.
Okay.
When you hear anyone say giving good head or the act of giving head or a blowjob, what exactly are you thinking about?
Okay, so I think about the oral part of sex.
Okay.
That is what I can say. Giving a head or blowjob is a form of sex, but I call it oral sex because it has to do with the mouth. So you say, when you go down there, your tongue starts working. The mouth, everything starts work immediately. And you see there is this kind of feeling, there's this kind of sensational feelings that the mouth gives the dick down there. It is amazing stuff. And at the end of the day, actually, it can really make the man come multiple times.
Really?
So I would say normally a blowjob simply mean giving an oral sex to your partner. Yeah.
Best job.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is also a type of having fun. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I can say for now.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that you mentioned that doing that so that the man will come.
Yes, please.
Celia, I know that I've heard some men say that they can never come through a blowjob. Have you heard that also? I mean, I'm sure, amongst your male friends.
As a certified virgin,
Yeah.
I've heard other non-virgins saying something like that. I
Right.
mean, it's more of a mindset thing. The guys that have done it before or have received, oral sex before,
Right.
will tell you that you as a man, you have to psych up your mind.
Okay.
Not to try and come, when you are getting a blowjob, even though you've lost the match.
Oh, right.
You get me? So
you have to
exactly.
pretend.
Not really pretend, but you wouldn't want to easily come through an oral sex. You get me?
Okay, so
Wait. Okay. So let me just land.
land,
I
yes.
mean, it's a man thing. I mean, as a man, you would think that you would want to not, because the moment you come will take a few minutes before you actually the car can restart again.
Right.
You get me? So you don't want to end the whole fun
Right.
when you come at the beginning of just
So it's
oral
like a
sex.
precursor. So you need
So
a
you-
blowjob to actually do the proper job.
Not really,
Okay.
but I mean, when you are getting it,
Right.
you wouldn't want to come at that moment.
Okay.
Because you just want to continue and finish the whole job because
Oh, right.
that might be the only chance you might have.
Okay.
You get me? So you want
Okay.
to just chill around and
Right.
just relax. And sometimes when some men are getting
Okay.
oral sex or whatever they call it, BJ,
Right.
they'll be thinking about something else. So they are
Something
not in that space because they don't want to actually
Right.
really enjoy. Because the moment you start to really enjoying what you are receiving, you might lose the game.
Right. But is it so would you say it's the case where coming from a blowjob may not be as satisfying
No,
as
it's a really satisfying,
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
But then I'm talking it from the perspective of how men think sometimes.
right.
Not
Okay.
most men, but I mean, somebody just want to come through a BJ, but
Okay.
then when maybe you have a long night, you wouldn't just want to give up
Yeah.
on
You
just.
want to take it easy.
Yeah, you want to take it easy, enjoy it before you actually go to the actual pitch to play the match.
I see what you mean. Ami, you seem to be, I mean, when he started, you were totally in disagreement with what he was saying. How's that?
Okay, so he was talking about like losing a match. That's not the right approach to having sex, because you're treating it as like a performance, like a
Yeah,
match.
it is a performance.
It shouldn't be a performance. It's like a pleasurable activity. Like both of you are bonding in a nice way. Like both of you are like
Okay.
doing it. To
Yeah,
have-
of course.
To get pleasure.
Not
It
to
shouldn't be like
not to
I'm
cut
winning
you,
a match.
not to cut you, but then imagine you start giving oral sex on a man, yeah, and 20 seconds or 30 seconds into the oral sex, the man comes. Hi, you're good?
I'm a sex coach. First thing, I
You get me?
understand
But if
that-
you're not addressing it,
Not
from
address
the
it from the angle of a sex coach.
but
You get
just
me?
like, you know,
you will
I'm-
just feel this man is a loser. I mean,
as for a lot of women, if you give
You
him
would be-
and he comes
in 20 seconds.
in your head, it's like I'm so good at it. I made him come.
But later you just go and tell you. Later you say that this guy is useless. Because,
No, it shouldn't be
okay.
that way.
No, I mean some ladies will tell you
Yeah.
that he couldn't last. So
So
why do we
long.
have the situation of a 1 minute or 2 minutes man?
Because you
Oh,
know
Okay.
that,
Do you
right?
understand?
The thing with that, because when we talk about like people not coming, not taking too long to come, a lot of factors come to play. Sometimes it's overexcitement. You're nervous. You are like overthinking things. Like, I mean, you like the person so much. You haven't had sex in a while, so
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
pleasure is so intense that it gets you there. It's a lot of things that come to play. That's why when we're talking about like early ejaculation, sometimes people will tell you that, well, it's normal sometimes for the first round to be like that.
Yeah.
Wait for the second round to judge. And then, I mean, when you put too much pressure on yourself, it happens that way.
Yeah.
We shouldn't see it that way. Like, I mean, if
No,
you end up coming
I know.
early, it shouldn't be the end of the match.
Oh really? I'm
We
quite,
can
I'm
relax.
quite excited that
It is.
women are saying that
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with a man who comes early.
Can
No,
now
I didn't
chip
say
in
there's
something?
nothing
Okay.
wrong, right? I'm saying that a lot of factors come to play.
Yeah.
If you realize you end up like coming early every single time you have
no.
sex, that's when you
Yeah, I
can know
love
that
the lo-
okay, I might have an issue because every single time I have sex. But then if on one off occasion you come early, you just
Yeah,
treat
I
it. It
love it.
happens.
Okay, so
that is-
Let's not
okay.
end the session. Let's continue with foreplay. Put less pressure on ourselves. Try to have a good time. Like not focus too much on making your penis hard.
Yeah.
Like when you focus on like, okay, what can we do to have a good time? Like I
Yeah,
like kissing,
that's-
let's touch.
yeah,
Like
I love-
that puts less pressure on you, and that's the easiest way to get back
I know,
to getting hard again.
but I'm just saying that most men would want the oral sex to continue for a long time.
That's
so
true.
in the mind, they will do everything as much as possible
Not to come.
Okay, so that's
Right.
why let me just chip in something here. You see, making love is from the mind. If you're the kind of man that's 2 minutes, waba, sisiano, do you understand? 2 minutes, you've come.
Yeah.
This is where I have to tell you that take away your emotions, take away your feelings. When you are having sex, Unim say you don't last very well. What you do is you just take it off your mind.
Yeah, just as I was saying.
You're focusing, you're hard already. The girl is giving you the head. In fact, you're thinking far.
Thinking about
you just have to,
your grandmother.
You just have to just let something distract your mind a bit. You see that you won't come quick. That's number one.
Yeah.
You will enjoy the job. You will like everything. Now, when the main something comes, right? Good. You still need to take off your mind from it before you hit the stuffs. Yeah.
Okay, right. I mean, I
So
totally
it's the
get where
same
you're
thing
coming from.
that- it's the
So
same
what
thing
I'm
that-
trying to say is that in terms of having
Right.
blowjob, if you are very sensitive, try to take off
It's
the
the
mind
same-
out
yeah.
the acting,
It's the
so
same-
that you can be able to control yourself. But that doesn't mean that when a man comes giving BJ means the person is a loser.
No,
it
I'm not.
doesn't.
It means he actually enjoyed the
Yes.
True,
And
true.
as a
Enjoyed
woman,
it
I
very,
would love
very
it.
well.
Yeah.
I would love knowing
And
that.
it's
I
a good
made
thing
you-
as a woman, you give your man a BJ
Okay,
and he
so-
just comes. I think it's not that bad.
No,
But you know, I like
Yeah.
that you said it because personally, from experience, even with men, a lot of men, when you are like giving them head and it's getting intense, they'll tell you to stop.
Yeah.
They have a
Yeah.
way of stopping you because they don't want to come.
exactly.
Then they switch to penetration. So it's nice that you brought it up.
I mean, I'm talking
It's good.
from
Actually, me, BJ is very, very cool.
Yeah.
It's a very, very highly sensational oral sex that you can imagine.
Yeah, I'm
It's
talking
very,
from
it's
the
mind-blowing.
perspective of a man. You
Yeah.
know,
Right.
Men. I mean, you want to be a man. You're a
Yeah.
man. You get me. A man is somebody that.
Okay.
You know, you can continue the whole. You know, a man is always in control. Even though women are always in control of sex, but as a man, from your perspective, you would want the whole thing to really, you know, last long, enjoy the whole process and all that. You get me? So you have to, as a man, control and everything, you know, the whole process. So that's what I was talking about. It's
Okay,
not like you don't
so-
enjoy it,
right.
but then you have to.
Yeah. So let's look at it from the other side as well. Women get head as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Of course.
you didn't know that? Of course you knew that.
Yeah, I told you I'm a virgin.
You're a virgin, innit?
Has it come
Women get head as well. Let me ask you. I'm sure. Let's not even go there. I know you have given a woman head before.
Oh, really?
Yes,
How?
really. So tell me, when a man is given head, typically, do they know what they are doing? Or they are trying to pleasure the woman, obviously.
Yeah.
But do they know what it is that they have to do? Because I know that for a lot of men, they have heard that, before you sleep with a woman, you have to try and give her head or whatever. So they want to just go and put their mouth there, but they really may
They
not
really
have
don't know what-
an idea what it is that they are doing there.
The mathematics.
Like,
behind
they're
things,
exactly,
yeah.
like, so.
They don't know the coordinates to hit and all that.
So
Yeah.
typically when a man is given head, like, do they understand what they're doing?
I'll be frank with you. I think most men don't really know.
Okay.
They might have seen it on TV and also watched a bit of stuff.
Or even headed.
Or headed, but they don't actually really know the exact coordinates that that where you need to hit the nail.
Right.
You know. But I think what happened is that most women try and guide your head.
Okay, how do they do that?
They just hold your head and
Okay.
they
Just have
to-
push you to the
To the
right
right
coordinates.
place. Okay.
You get me?
Right.
And I think when you have to get a signal that she's pushing your head down a bit down, then just leaves you right at the coordinates. So
Right.
you have to continue from there.
Very
and when you're
interesting.
not doing that, they will still direct you to
Right.
the right.
Yeah.
Okay, and typically when you're doing that, because I know that people also put a lot of flavor for when they are going to be eating out. I know people do a lot of strawberry stuff.
Yeah.
People do
Ice cream things.
so
put it in
many
there,
things.
Yeah.
but whipped cream and all of that. But typically when you're eating a woman out, what are you tasting?
The vagina.
Yes, but I mean, I want to, from a man's perspective, I want to understand, like, what is it that you're tasting in your mouth? Like, can you describe it?
I mean, to be frank with you, most men don't like doing that.
Good.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't like eating women out.
They don't like eating women out. I think more because more fluid come out of women, right?
And personal hygiene as well.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't actually know what that is. You get me?
Yeah.
So for a man, when like for instance, right, you met a woman first time, you guys are making out and all that. Men have a way of actually smelling you before they go down. You get me? Men always have a way
to see if is it okay?
Is it okay to
yeah, exactly.
Okay
and it's not every woman that any man would go down.
Right.
I mean, imagine, I don't want to mention names or places, but you meet a girl somewhere and maybe you've been talking for a while. You don't even know so much about the personal hygiene of
I know where you were going with that, but that is so unfair.
I know.
And you want
They
to
would have
put
killed me.
your mouth down there.
They would have completely killed you.
Yeah,
but I get
exactly.
it.
Exactly. You don't really know much about this girl's personal hygiene and all that, but you always have to find a way to see if this girl is really fresh down there or it's a little bit some way. You know, men always find a way to stick their hand in your, while they are
kissing you or something.
They'll just do something,
and then to
something,
try to see, is it okay?
You get me?
Yeah.
Oh, you always catch us.
We'll be seeing it because you see them bring it up.
Yeah,
like,
trying
I know
to
what
do.
you're doing.
Yeah.
Trying to do
Trying
something.
to see if is it okay to go there.
Exactly. You always need that green light.
But all things being equal, this girl is fresh and whatever. When you do go down on her, you're saying that men still don't like that? They don't like to do that?
Well, if you meet this, fresh, organic, you get me?
Organic?
Yeah, organic.
They are real eaters though. That
I mean, you meet someone that you've been chasing for a long time.
For a minute, yes.
You've seen that she's actually into that thing. Trust me.
You do it.
Yeah,
because you have to please her.
You
eat her out. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. And you do it because the woman wants it.
Yeah, mostly
of it we do it because the woman wants it.
Not really.
Because it doesn't pleasure you in any way.
Not at all.
Oh, he says not at all.
But do you know giving a blowjob pleasures
a woman?
Personally, it does. It turns me on, like, if I'm enjoying it. Because, like, giving you pleasure, knowing that you're having a good time, turns me on.
Right.
Be getting so horny, like, while sucking.
Right. Very interesting. But let's talk about being eaten out. I mean, as a woman. Chelsea, let me start with you.
Okay.
I mean, what does that experience feel like? And typically for women, because women, not a lot of women orgasm through coitus, right?
Yeah.
So a lot more women orgasm when they are eating out. But let's do the mathematics like he said. What is it that men should know about eating out a woman? Like,
and give us
exactly the coordinates. what
map up the whole system for us and tell us where to go, where not to go.
Yes. What is it that they have to know?
Okay, so they have to know that, Charlie, my breath. This thing is so deep.
All right.
Okay, so as a man, you're giving a woman a head.
Yeah.
You don't feel it. The woman itself feel it.
Yeah.
You see, there is this kind of feeling that, oh my God, I don't know how to control it. I can't even control myself right now.
Where's the first place you have to go?
The first place that you need to go is to use your tongue and touch the gland.
Which one is that?
The
tip of the clitoris.
Yeah, the tip, you see. Some ladies have this big clitoris, like men. So when you suck that thing there, oh my goodness.
Suck it like how?
Okay. It makes the lady.
Can you do that again? Did the cameras catch that? Please do it again.
Can I? Okay, it's like, so when you suck the female clitoris.
Is it like you're sucking breast or explain the sucking because there are different types of.
You see those kind of stuff. So when you do that thing to a lady, say there's this kind of sensation that, oh my God, I want to fly. You can't fly. You don't know where to go. This feeling is crazy. Like it's crazy. Before you know, you have to grab the bed sheet and you are, my God. You see, the feeling, I can't explain the feeling, but there is this kind of feeling that you'll be like something is choking you, but you don't know where it's choking you from. Do you get? So it feels like you are about to explode.
Is it something with every woman? Like you see how women
I experience it for instance.
You see how women fake orgasm all the time. Women can't fake that.
This one,
no,
you can fake
no,
it.
no.
Yes, you can fake it.
No, you can't.
So it's
because
all organic.
Yes, you can't fake it.
Because it's
Okay.
highly
Every woman.
sensitive.
Every
Yes.
woman. You can't fake it. That is why a lot more women orgasm through that.
Okay.
So you can't fake
Like
it.
me, for
If the
example.
man is hitting the right places, there's no way you
So,
fake it.
for
Yeah.
example,
Some
right?
women be
So
faking more.
can I land a
So,
bit?
some women
women
be
so
fake.
yes.
Really?
Yes.
So
Okay,
good
so
at-
hold that thought.
I'm not
Let's
even
go.
done yet.
Let's go for a quick break.
Yes.
I'm very interested in that
Yeah.
because Ami says that some women still fake even when they are being eating out, and that is news to me. Anyway, breaking news. Anyway, this is Duvet on GHOne television. My name is Natalia. Tonight I am with Senior Twin Stoneberg. I'm with Chelsea, and I'm with Amishika. Do stay tuned. We will be right back. All right, so we are back. We're back. We're having our arguments in studio. Welcome back. This is Duvet on GHOne TV. My name is Natalia. Tonight I'm with Amishika, I'm with Chelsea, and I'm with Senior Twins Don't Beg. We're having conversations about head for both the man and the woman. And Ami was saying before the break that some women fake an orgasm even when they are being eating out. I find that strange to believe. How so?
So the thing with faking orgasms is that like there's several reasons why people fake orgasms. There are some partners that in their heads, because they believe that to them they feel like the woman should come first, or sex is not complete if she hasn't had sex with someone like that. He doesn't know what he's doing. You're uncomfortable, you're in pain. And he's not trying to stop until in his head he thinks you have come. So just for him to leave you alone,
You have to
do what you
pretend.
think an orgasm looks like. You shake your legs, you moan loud, you roll your eyes, you just imitate. You are being an actress in that moment.
Yeah.
And in the end, he thinks you've come and you're happy.
And he'll leave you alone.
Yeah. There's some men that they expect to see, like to hear you moan, regardless of how much fun you're having. Because there's a girl that told me that like we were talking about faking orgasms, and she said she was having sex with this guy and she wasn't moaning. And because she wasn't enjoying it, and she would tell him, and he was like, no, when you're having sex with a woman, as a woman, you have to moan. You have to act this way.
It's mandatory.
Yeah, so to
very, very
him,
important.
regardless of how much fun or what he's doing to please you, you still have to act a certain type of way because maybe he's seen it in porn.
Yeah.
All his porn videos, you see,
Give
he
commentary.
hears women scream
women,
and all. So he
yeah.
expects that the woman should act that way,
Some
regardless
commentary.
of how she feels. So there's a lot of layers to
Faking,
it,
faking
Yeah.
your
Or
orgasm.
maybe the lady it's a transactional thing.
Yeah.
So she fakes it because she doesn't want it to last so long. She's doing it for her money.
Right.
So
Just
you are
yeah.
to make you feel like because a lot of men when they feel like they made you come, they feel so good. Of
course.
The way they act after the session,
You're
when they're
like, yes.
Feel like a god.
but they
I'm
don't
the
know they are being
man.
deceived.
I made it happen.
Actually takes
Exactly.
someone that loves you for
To tell
her
you.
for her to
Right.
come.
But what
if
is the
person
thing
don't
about-
loves
okay.
you, if the person don't loves you, whatever you are doing, try it today to tomorrow. She can't be able to come.
That's a fallacy.
That is why I keep saying
No.
It's not
feelings.
true? You don't think so?
It's not always a
Feelings
feelings
matter.
thing. You
Yeah.
can have sex with somebody you might not be in love with, and they'll be hitting the right spots, doing the right things, and you will
So-
come.
so can we
it
just
doesn't
say-
apply to everybody. There are
Okay.
demisexuals who need to experience emotional connection, who need to be in love with you to enjoy sex with you. There are other people
Or
that
connects with you on
emotionally.
a certain
So how
level.
can you have
but there are
sex
some
with
people
somebody
that they don't
mentally
need the
feelings with
emotional
and you will
connection
come?
to enjoy sex with
normal.
you.
What was
it
that?
doesn't
What
apply
did
to
you say?
everybody.
How can you have sex with someone you don't even have feelings and you will come? Me, who will be that? I
It
can't
happens.
A lot of men do that.
No,
It might-
for men,
have
for
feelings.
men,
It's okay.
You
for
don't
men
even-
it's okay, but for women,
Like me, I need to
usually
have feelings for you for me to squirt because I squirt. I need to have that feeling before I squirt. I pra everywhere. Yeah.
My
I need to
first
have that.
Senior says,
My first time coming
Spoiling
from
me.
Good
outside,
information.
It was with somebody I didn't like that way. Sometimes they just know what spots they are hitting.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
know how to stimulate the clit.
Were
they
you
know how
drunk? Were
to
you
eat
drunk?
out.
That's the question. Were
It's
you
not
drunk?
about- I was
Because
sober.
if you are drunk, you feel it. But if you're in your rightful sense of mind, man, I can't have sex with someone I don't have feelings
But
for.
I'm saying what
Yeah.
you're saying is very valid because
Yes,
there are
yeah.
lots of people that relate to you that are demisexuals.
Okay.
But there are several other people that can enjoy sex without the feelings.
Wow.
The
Right.
fact that you
Wow.
cannot enjoy it without the feelings doesn't mean that every other woman is like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
Right.
that's
Yeah.
cool. All right.
Very, very interesting.
Very interesting.
I'm learning a lot.
Same here as a virgin.
I'm learning a lot.
As a certified
That
virgin.
information was very powerful.
Yeah.
Very powerful.
Yeah?
For a virgin like
For
me.
it says for a virgin like me. That's very interesting. Okay, so now let's get into I think that when we want to break, and that's a very interesting conversation. Let's touch on that briefly and then,
Yeah.
come back to. On a break, you mentioned that sometimes you would have a woman, typical Ghanaian woman.
Typical Ghanaian
And we need to use that word.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Ghanaian woman, you hang out or you take them out and then they'll follow you back home. And then when you try to touch them, they act surprised like, oh, but why are you trying to touch me? And that's not
Yeah.
why I came here and all of that.
Yeah.
And that's a bit strange for men.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it happens a lot with, not most Ghanaian, like let's say most Ghanaian women,
Okay.
right? Ghanaian women are not.
8 out of 10.
Yeah, 8 out of 10. They are not like the openly sexual, expressive.
Lighter person,
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
so 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Openly sexual, expressive, women, in our part of the world.
Right.
You get me? So even when you have taken a girl on a date, maybe gone for a concert and maybe it's quite late and she can't go back home and she decides to spend a night at your place and, she's taking a shower, worn your t-shirts, and all that, and now she would ask you, what are you
and
trying
then
to
lay
do?
on the bed, protruding her bum.
Yeah. Then she will ask you, what are you trying to do? You get me? All this doesn't also make most Ghanaian men quite also expressive because the women are not expressive. If
That
you
makes it
Like they make you
difficult.
feel.
they make you feel like you're
inferior.
begging for sex,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So when you beg for sex and you get it, there's no way you would actually
Do what you want to do.
do what you want to do.
Your
You
dream-
get me?
your dream
Begging
thing.
for sex
Exactly.
in the first place.
Exactly.
Yes.
I don't beg, but I'm just saying that a lot
Twins
of
don't beg.
Twins
I've never
don't beg.
begged.
Twins
for-
don't
for
beg.
sex
Begging
before.
for sex easily translates into coercion.
Yeah.
If you are trying to have sex with me and I
That
say,
is
no,
a-
I don't want to have sex with me,
Yeah.
but you and you are begging.
That is
It
the
easily
situation of
translates
most
into that
men.
because it's either they start begging, they threaten you, or you feel scared
But
that
why
is he
would
gonna
they?
hurt me?
Why would the ladies even want the man to even beg them for sex?
No, we didn't say that.
Why
I was
would
just
they
saying
even
that you
get to
shouldn't.
that point?
No,
Right.
I'm just saying.
As a woman,
I'm just saying.
you're supposed
This
to
is
know
first time.
Yeah.
First time sexual experiences
exactly.
I
for
understand him.
for most men. You get me? It's not like you're really begging, but then it looks like she wants you to.
To beg. Oh, can we
I'm sure
have
you've been in
sex,
certain
please,
situations
please?
Right.
before. You've heard of a lot of men cry out about such situations. So
Yeah.
when such happens, you're not able to express yourself.
Very well.
Trying to
and then
even
eventually,
please them.
when they allow for you to have, when they
Exactly.
give the consent, it feels like I had to work too hard for this.
Yeah,
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
That is
And
the
so
situation of
then
most men.
you don't put everything into it.
Sometimes before you even go and pick up a condom and come, she's changed her mind.
Yeah,
That is what you need to.
No, I mean she agreed.
You need to.
But then
inform
by the time
lady,
you
actually.
so that's why some men will just quickly slip it in. You get me? And
That's
Right.
not.
No,
Oh, no, I'm
Okay,
I'm saying.
Ami, okay, Ami, so
Okay.
let's talk about this. Consent is very important.
Yeah.
Very
Very
important.
important.
I am all about consent.
Yeah.
Even in the middle of sex, when a woman says, I don't want any more, you have
should
to
end
stop.
it.
Yeah.
It should
I
be-
totally understand
Yeah.
that. But I also agree that, or I also feel that if a man has been,
Crushing
trying to chirp you for a minute, and he's been saying to you that, oh, why don't you come and spend the weekend in my house and whatever, and you actually agree, pack up your bag and go to this man's house.
Yes.
To me,
GHOne.
honestly, I feel
Yes.
like that is a certain level of
yeah.
consent.
Very good.
Because typically, you're going to a man's house.
House.
So I'm thinking in my mind, first of all, you're not homeless. You're not looking for anything. You have a television.
Or
You have
get away.
you have everything that the man has, you equally may
Or
have.
a
You may
getaway.
even have more.
Getaway.
Or
You
a
decide to
getaway.
go on a getaway
Let's go
with the man.
to spend the weekend
moon.
in a Kosombo, whatever. I feel that agreeing to go is a certain level of consent. It's not all the way 100% consent, but if you ask me, I would say that is like 50% consent. Because there is no way I would agree to go with a man who I have a problem sleeping with.
Okay.
If I go to any man's house or I spend the weekend with any man, in my mind, this is a man that I don't mind sleeping with. Because nothing in this world will make me pack up a bag and go to a man's house who I do not want to sleep with. It's like, but what am I doing here? Do you understand? I feel like it's such a logical...
That makes so much sense, right? I feel like as women, it gets to a point where like you realize that should be the case. But we need the men to understand that inviting someone over and assuming that like they've consented to having sex with you is wrong, because if she's told you I don't want to have sex with you and you told her to come over, she's already told you I don't want to have sex with you, and she comes over, you try to touch her, she's like, no, I'm not trying to do that.
No, but I'm sorry, you don't want to have sex with a man, what are you going to do in his house?
Or even
going on a holiday with him. And typically some of these holidays is an all expense pay, so you're expecting this man
she's just coming for the pictures
to pay your way the entire weekend.
Go to
and
Royal
then you
Century.
tell him that I don't want to, but so what are you here for?
Like consent is still consent.
It is consent.
Okay, so
I totally agree. I totally
agree
agree with consent, because sometimes you may even feel like, and this thing has happened to me before, where I've been on the phone with someone, he wasn't in the country, and our conversations were lit. Like I was absolutely into this person, you know, and we even talked about coming, video calls, everything. And, you know, I'm coming to Ghana, everything. I was absolutely into it. But when he came and I saw him physically, all of that disappeared.
So now you have every right to change your mind.
And so I changed my mind. And that is valid. That is absolutely valid. You can feel like you like someone from a distance, but when you get close to them, you feel like, you know what, I think this was a bad idea. But in that instance, please pack up and leave. Because when you continue to stay, like, I don't like a man, but I've been in his house for 1 week. I'm sorry, that doesn't add up in my mind.
Of course.
Because I feel like the minute you decide that there's no way I'm sleeping with this man or I won't have anything sexual with him, do not be in his face.
Don't even be in that.
I think it's like math.
But then,
it's a simple...
A lot of times, right? It's what they tell the girls. That's why usually it's like, do not put the blame on her. Maybe like there was something she needed to get. Maybe it could be school
you had
related.
to send her money.
It could be something.
Maybe you had to
So she
send her
wants
money.
school fees,
It
but she
could
wants
be
money.
anything related. Maybe she needs to get like come copy files for lectures, movies, anything.
Oh, no, but
they
those
have
ones
a
are
way of
different.
They are
inviting
different.
you.
Okay.
No, those ones are different.
Yeah, a lot of guys will come invite you to their house, and in their heads, the fact that I've asked you to come to my house
means
I am expecting to have sex with you, and that's my way of getting.
No, but those ones are different. If
Those
you're
ones
going,
are different,
if
actually.
I'm going to visit a friend because they are unwell, or they're my course mates and I'm going there for notes, or I'm coming to your house to copy movies, those ones are entirely different. And then there is, you know, when a man is chirping you, you know this man is coming after you. He's been talking to you for a minute. Babe, let's hang out. Let's go to dinner. He's bought you this and that before. And that man is asking you to come to his house. That is absolutely... If I do not want to sleep with you, I will not come.
Don't even near
because really.
So I think,
because it's just like you've committed yourself to something you don't even want.
But still, like if you're a man and that happens and she comes to you
and she does that,
and you force your way with it, you are wrong.
Yeah, of course you
you're totally wrong.
Because you can't break somebody's child.
No, you're totally wrong.
But then this is
wrong.
why a lot of men are not straightforward. Let's say we've been talking for a while. I've taken you out on a lot of dates. And I invite you, let's go to...
I bought you iPhone 15 on your birthday.
Exactly. and I invite you, I tell you maybe I'm going on a trip to maybe anywhere outside Accra. You get me? And I say, let's come along with me. You get me? And the man tells you, you know we're going to have sex when you come, right? Most Ghanaian ladies would panic and say I'm not coming.
And they'll be like, what do you take me for? Do you take
Exactly.
me like a shower
So
or something?
that is why-
you know?
Maybe she's not trying to
Yeah,
have
but
sex.
no,
and that's okay.
but if she's not, because you see again, when you, and these things happen a lot because when
Yeah,
a social
a whole
media
lot,
era,
yeah.
people will come at you.
Screenshot.
People
There
will
is
come.
that's the reason
Thank
why
you.
a lot of men are not straightforward
Yes,
like that.
people come inbox and say, "Oh, you know, I like you" and all of that. People are giving you gifts from time to time and all of
Yeah.
that. It doesn't mean that because you have given a woman a gift
You're
or
entitled
you've
to
taken
her
her
body.
to dinner, you're entitled to sex.
Of course, it doesn't mean
No,
that.
it doesn't mean
it
that
doesn't
at
mean that.
all.
No, I know.
But you
Exactly.
shouldn't meet,
I
but you
know.
shouldn't meet the man in a secret
And that-
place.
yes.
No,
It doesn't mean
no,
you-
I'm just explaining a situation
Yeah.
where you know you and this girl has something going on, and you're inviting her for you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
and
she
you,
says
you
she
want to
doesn't
take
wanna
your
come.
chances,
Yeah.
right?
But if she doesn't want to come, she doesn't want to come.
Exactly. So that's why most men are not
Straightforward.
because
Yeah.
when men are too straightforward towards women, women tend to take their
Yeah, take it as if
Right.
you are,
Right.
you
You
are,
get
you are
me?
And
trying
also
to
that
use
is
them,
a communication to the man. If she says, no, I can't come, first time, second time, third time, you need to let it go.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
obviously this woman is not interested in
Yeah.
you.
So,
and
but-
also,
but,
I think,
okay.
I mean, maybe one thing that we can all agree on is that
Yeah.
typically for women, when they don't like you, you can't force them to do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, but do
Yeah.
you also know that men are afraid to even ask sex from ladies?
Yeah, we
like
are.
they are afraid.
Well, what do
yeah.
you mean?
Yeah.
Men are afraid to do
Which
what?
men? Like men are afraid to ask girls, can we have
He
fun?
says yeah.
Like can we have fun? Like men are afraid. Like I will tell
In
you.
your
Wait,
experience.
I have brothers.
yeah, I
at
understand
home.
where she's coming
I
from. Yeah,
have
sure.
brothers at home. Sometimes to talk to a lady, almost rude. Like they are afraid to talk to a lady.
Okay, so
They'll be
they are
like,
afraid
Chelsea,
to-
Chelsea,
wait.
please can you help me talk to this girl?
They are
There
afraid.
are some men like
Yeah.
that. Doesn't mean men in general.
No.
Do you know how
Like I don't know,
men
but
can
me,
be?
80% of men
Which man?
80%.
get
Which
afraid
man?
to ask of
Which
sex.
man?
I know where she's coming from. Okay,
Yeah.
some-
Yeah.
Say some men,
Like,
but
I
not
totally-
80%.
this-
A lot of men are so unprovoked
Yes.
with the way they ask for
Yes,
sex.
No,
please.
maybe
Actually,
it's,
some
maybe
men
it's the
don't.
kind of
That
it's the kind
I
of men
agree.
that is you've met.
That
you
I
get me?
agree.
But then the average young man, maybe from
Yeah.
18 to maybe 25,
Like, they
that
feel so
doesn't have a
afraid
lot
to
of
ask
money
a
in
lady,
account,
Can we do this?
or
So,
you know, or
so they don't.
they
don't.
are the
Yeah.
ones that are actually.
I agree that a percentage.
Yeah,
but then
some.
even the young men, some of them have some crazy guts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the
And
young,
which young men are you
It's
meeting?
some
I know.
percentage.
No, but the
I
young
don't know,
men
I don't
these
know
days,
what makes them feel afraid.
the
Actually,
Gen Zs these days,
Yeah.
they are very ballsy. They are not shy or afraid at all. I was at a funeral 3 weeks ago, and like a 23-year-old.
Approached you.
Yes. Full chest, you know, walks up to me. And I was actually, I thought that was really
Actually
cute.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, because I feel like, oh, that's really confident
You
and
still
cute.
got it.
yeah.
You know, walks up to me and took my number. And I don't even know how I gave my number to him, but I did. I was like, oh my God,
That
Natalia.
guy still got a chance.
20. It's like a 23 or 24-year-old.
Yeah,
If you are watching, you
I-
still got a chance.
And I felt that was really cute.
Yeah.
But they're very ballsy.
Yeah,
they
some
are
think-
extremely.
Some think they have money. Like, what do you want? I can take
Maybe-
care
maybe
of
their
you.
parents
I
They
can
are
are
very
very,
rich or
very,
something
Yeah,
ballsy.
like-
They're very
like,
ballsy.
I'm
They just-
matured. I like older
Ex-
women.
exactly.
And blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
Well,
they do that.
well, we are growing though. It's cool.
Are you your thing about men not knowing how to have sex? I went clubbing
Yeah.
last weekend. In the club, somebody came to me. I want to speak to you. In my ears, I want to eat you out right now. Like, straight
Man.
in my head, unprovoked.
Wow.
So it's a percentage, please.
It's a percentage.
yeah, yeah.
I be even
Okay.
taking
Yeah.
a walk.
Men,
like,
since you guys are not afraid of sex, keep asking.
no, like I feel
asking.
like consent
Feel
should
free.
be consent.
Yeah.
It should be clearly communicated.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, communication matters a lot.
You,
Yeah.
it makes sense that you feel like a lot of Ghanaian women are not expressive.
Yeah,
they-
people will
but
play
they-
hard
that
to
is a
get.
fact,
But
right?
it's still important that you clearly communicate
course.
things. Because
Okay.
if she doesn't like give consent clearly, it's like 50-50.
Yes.
It's very possible inside her she didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you
Oh,
don't
and
want
I
that
think we have
situation.
all been there. We have all been
Yes,
there
we
where
have.
we didn't give 100% consent. You felt like you were coerced.
Exactly.
You know,
It's true,
we've
yeah.
all been in that position where you felt like I've been pushed
didn't wanna
into a
do
corner where
I don't want to.
I can't say no now, but I honestly don't want to.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you're coerced. You feel like at this point I don't have a choice. I have to
Okay,
do it.
let
But
me
you
just do
know
it, yeah.
that is not what you
So
want
what
to
you
do.
want.
So
And
sometimes
when you finish doing
there's-
it, you regret.
Exactly. So
have
sometimes
this-
there are certain instances that you feel like, gosh,
Okay.
I really didn't want
So
to do
it's
that.
2024, right?
Uh-huh.
How do you ladies recommend a guy ask for consent directly without actually not being screenshotted and used against him in future?
Oh, but don't text anyone that you want to sleep with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
I don't
talk,
even
you
support that
say it to
crap.
them.
On the phone.
You don't, not
Yeah.
even on the phone. You say it to them in person.
In person,
Some of you
yeah.
take them to dinner or something and have conversations.
You
Tell-
don't say
Have
things
conversations,
like that on
you
the
know,
phone
like, are
again,
you,
yeah.
like, I maybe if are you seeing anyone? Are you sexual? Are you sexually engaged with anyone at the moment? How would you feel about, getting sexual with me? Because I find you very attractive, and I
yeah.
would want to be having sex with you from time to time. Is it something that you want to do? Is it something that you're open to?
Oh, so not on the phone, no.
Never on the
Like,
phone.
never on the
And then
phone,
you talk to
bro.
them. If they are feeling you, they will not hold back. Because the thing I also know about women is that when a woman is feeling you, really, she will. She's
She would just go for it. That's all.
I would text
I
you.
don't-
Are you down to? Are you DTF?
Yeah.
Are you what?
Are you DTF?
Are you down to fuck?
What? DTF?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
just like, cause like that's straightforward.
Are you down to fuck?
So it's like,
This is
are
new
you
to me.
DTF? Like
Yeah.
it's straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just learned.
Yeah.
No, I'm learning. Oh.
like I've done that before where I found somebody, I would just text it like, are you DTF? And he was like, yeah, where are you? And then it just, because
Yeah.
it was straight to
Yeah.
the point.
Yeah.
We're not
Yeah.
going around
Because we're in an
it.
era where you can communicate these things very effectively
I think
and get the person to
actually-
also, and then after that, if they are open to having the sex, then you can go down into the detail. Are
Exactly,
you the
this is-
oral sex kind of person? What are some of
Yeah.
the things you like to do and all of
Also-
that? Because you see, sex is meant to be enjoyed.
Exactly.
And so when you find the person who speaks your language, and sex is
That's it.
communication.
That's it.
It is to be spoken and comprehended. And sometimes you are with someone who may not understand the language you speak with them. It's like when we bring a Frenchman here and he's speaking. He is speaking, but we don't understand what he's saying.
That is
So
it.
his communication is falling on deaf ears. But when you find someone who speaks and understands your language sexually, it is so beautiful. Like
That's why you
It's
it's
easily
always
get
so
attached.
satisfying.
Yeah.
Like you look forward to having sex. However, when you find someone who doesn't speak and understand your language, then you don't look forward to sex. That is when
all.
women pretend to be having an orgasm when they are not, because yentem nako, you are really is an ick for me. Go away. You know what I mean?
And also,
okay.
I want to add something. Some men also feel shy when a lady you are giving them BJ, like blowjob. Sometimes the men, they feel so shy. They'll be like, don't do it. Okay, it's okay. But at the end of the day, this is fun. So to me, I feel like let's practice more on our sex, on our sexual life. It's very important.
Yeah,
we need to be practicing more about our sexual life, because Charlie,
my
you can't
goodness.
just marry somebody and at the end of the day your sexual life will be boring. It will end up.
I think that is
It
why.
drives you apart.
Yeah.
Yes.
it will make the man
It's the
start
reason
cheating,
why there's a
please.
lot of cheating.
We need
because
to.
people
Yeah.
don't understand each other. A lot of men. I have a lot of male friends who are married,
Okay.
and they are cheating. Well, I haven't mentioned names, so whatever. But
course,
but they are
go on.
cheating. I know they are cheating. They know they are cheating. I'm sure their partners know they are cheating. But it's because they're not able to communicate the things they want. So oftentimes when I have conversations with them and I ask them, but why are you cheating? Because some of them, their wives are fire, like, listen,
Beautiful.
sexy women. And then they'll say like, I can't tell her that, the things that I want sexually. I don't think she'll be down to doing it.
That is
You know, they feel like they
like
cannot communicate their
is it.
deep needs, their deep sexual needs to their partners.
Yeah.
They don't
Because
wanna
if
be
I'm
judged.
asking her, imagine,
sure.
how can I ask my wife to be licking my anus?
Well,
A lot of men think that, oh my God, she'll be grossed out.
Yeah.
This woman
Yeah.
is a Marco paying at Pentecost. How dare I? Seriously,
true.
how
Go
dare
on, yeah.
I
It's like-
go and tell this woman that,
me
please,
out.
baby,
Eat
not
me.
just
Sometimes
eating me
the
out.
religion
I
is really
want you.
killing us these days.
Yes,
Exactly, 'cause
I
religion
want
is
you,
killing us these
my
days,
my
serious.
dear woman of God to lick my anus. Do you have any idea what that would do? So then they'll say that, oh, but if I get some girl around the corner, I can say that to her. She'll not be grossed out.
I bet
She will not.
Wife will not do by such
Sweetheart,
will pass to
sweetheart,
your
can I
income.
say something? Some married women don't even let their husband give them
Head.
I wanted to
to
say
even
that.
to even go down there and just they don't want it.
I know a real
They'll be like,
life
oh my God, I
couple
don't
like
like
that.
this. I don't like this. You're chasing the man away. You're making the man feel like he's the worst person.
But
you
you
see
know
that?
something like that, right?
It's not-
a
it's
lot
not
of
right.
it has
It's
to
not
do with
good.
their beliefs,
Right.
their religious beliefs. Maybe she believes like what she's learning in scripture tells her that oral sex is wrong,
Right.
or certain things are wrong. You can't approach it in a way like that way. You have to now like give them factual stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of women enjoy this. This is a research that has gone into this and that.
Oh no, but the man won't even do it.
They
Because
don't
the thing is that they are afraid and they are ashamed.
That is what I'm saying.
Because you see, when it
Yeah.
comes to sex, we all have some wild fantasies.
Wow, yeah.
And also, we all have some wild things that deeply satisfy us sexually. Some men will say, I like it when a woman will lick my anus. I like it when a woman will do this and that to
Suck
me.
my bulbs,
But
yeah.
when he's getting married, he will never tell that to his wife. Because he sees her as, okay, this is the woman who's going to raise my kids. He sees her in a different light. So he's not ready to
Show
have
that
that
side to-
level of communication with her.
Then that is why cheating
So
has to
in
continue.
order to satisfy that for him, he will have the conventional sex with his wife
and have a freaky
and
side
then
chick.
go and do the freaky stuff on the outside.
But
That
you
is
know, a
why
lot
it
of
can never
women
it can
do
never
that
stop
A
happening.
lot of women do that too.
Because a lot of men that's like ends up being
I'm
like
interested in this.
a lot of men that ends up being ready for marriage, like the husband materials.
Yeah.
They tend to not like when you meet someone like that who is ready to marry you and he seems responsible, and maybe you have a freaky side, you are kinky. In your head, you might feel like if he knows these things about me,
He won't marry
might not
me.
think I'm a wife material. He
Exactly.
might think I'm spoiled. He might think
Yes,
blah blah blah.
yes, yes, yes.
So you conceal that side,
Yes.
and then you have your sides guy
Yeah.
that takes care of those.
Yeah.
things.
Or you're
Because
doing the
that's
constant,
paternity for-
yeah, or you're
I
doing
think
the
it's a lot of-
constant orgies and sex parties to get your freak
Yeah.
on because you,
And this goes for a lot of married women.
No, we
I'm
can't
not
say
gonna-
we
yeah,
can't
but it
say for a lot of
happens.
Ghanaian married women,
But
but it
some it
happens
happens,
because
yeah.
typically Ghanaian women, the way we're brought up, we don't want to be seen as spoiled.
Yeah.
Do you
Yes,
understand?
spoiled,
Because
yeah.
typically when you meet a man the first couple of weeks or months, you don't even show him your
engage.
you don't show him your freak. You keep it, you hide it small,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
try to see if he's the kind of person who can balance you out.
Exactly.
Then you release the dragon, you unleash it.
I feel like
Because
that's good,
typically,
yeah.
you meet a man first day and show him certain things.
pushes them away.
Yes, he
They're
may think
scared.
that, oh
It's
my
true.
God, what kind of woman is this?
Exactly.
So you release it
She's a
small,
monster,
small
she'll kill
to
me.
try to see his threshold.
Yeah.
Is he, okay, this level is enough. But typically, a lot of women are freaks. If you allow them
Yeah.
and they bring the dragon out, you will be amazed.
It's true.
You
And
will be
sometimes
amazed.
I feel like it takes the right.
Let's do a quick break.
Okay.
Let's do a quick break.
Okay.
When we come back. We will definitely continue this conversation. This is Duvet. This is GHOne TV. My name is Natalia. I am with Ami Shika. I am with Chelsea. And I'm with Senior Twins Don't Beg. Do stay tuned. We will be right back. My name is Natalia. I'm with Twins Don't Beg Senior. I am with Amishika and I'm with Chelsea. And tonight we're talking about the art of giving head. Right before we came back from the break, we were talking about the fact that women lie a lot when it comes to sex. And they pretend a lot also when it comes to sex because they don't want to be seen as, you know, like you're spoiled or you're such a bad girl. And Ami's example makes a lot of sense because imagine if you go on a date with a guy and he's asking you, you know, you guys are talking, he says, oh, so when was the last time you had sex? And you tell him last night.
Or maybe before you came.
Before I came.
Just a few hours ago.
Before I came here, I had sex. Obviously, after that day, you won't see him again.
A lot
Yeah.
of
It goes without saying. You will not see him again. So we lie. We say things like, my last relationship ended
Like 1 year.
in August last year. You know, and since then, I haven't had nothing. No, you have to lie.
Of course.
And that's,
Women math.
Oh, but personally, I'll just tell you the truth. Oh, like,
that's what we lie.
handle it
So
well.
that you know, it will make sense to you,
that's the
right?
truth.
But
That's
I
the
think
truth.
that maybe what a lot more men should do is allow your woman to show you who she is sexually. You will be surprised. Even if some married men will allow their wives to show them all the way who they are sexually, they may not end up cheating after all.
Yeah.
Because it will
Yeah.
surprise you that what you think you're getting from your side chick, your wife could probably do more.
She could bring you another
But
girl.
because you haven't given her the opportunity to show you and express, she's also hiding and trying to be, you know, I'm a
The good
godly
girl.
woman, I'm a decent woman, I would do 3 positions tops, and that's okay. But she actually knows so much more.
Yeah.
Only you haven't given her the room to express and show you. And you feel as though you should communicate your kinks and your fantasies to the girl on the outside because she will satisfy you. You will be surprised.
So for sex coaches, right, there's this thing we call the yes, no, maybe list. So the yes, no, maybe list, you have like a long list of anything and everything you've had sexually, the wildest, the simplest, like everything. Each person gets a copy of that list, and it's either you choose yes, no, or maybe to each of them. So you do it separately, then you look at the ones that both of you chose similar, like responses to. So if like it's about eating ass, right? And both of you chose yes, your partner chose yes, then you know that both of you are in line with that.
yeah.
You can explore it.
Sharp.
If you chose maybe, you know that, okay, why did you choose maybe? Is this something you're willing to talk about or look into in the future? If you chose yes and they chose no, then you know that, well,
It
we're
won't
not.
work, yeah.
So with that, like you have a long list, then you get to see like where both of you are aligned sexually. And it's a great way, like, I mean, in the start of a relationship,
Yeah.
even if you've been together for a while, it's helpful that after a couple of months you do it again, because as sexual beings, we change with
Yeah,
time.
updated.
You might be
Time.
exposed with
Yes.
something. Your friend might tell you that, oh, I tried it and it was nice. And now you, although like in the past you were like, that's a no-no for me. Now you are like, well, my best friend tried it. I'm open to exploring it. So when you do it again, and then you can like keep exploring stuff
Interesting.
together.
So we're going to see our sex position of the week. But
Okay.
before that, let's do a quick yes, no, maybe.
Okay.
Would you go down on a man on a first date? Yes, no, maybe.
It depends on how.
No.
into
Yes, no,
him
Yes,
maybe.
I am.
no, maybe.
Yes, no, maybe.
Maybe.
Okay. Chelsea, would you lick a man's anus on the first date?
No.
Okay. Twins, don't beg,
That's a
senior.
virgin.
Would you eat a woman out on the first date?
I mean, as a virgin,
Hey, yes, no, maybe.
maybe.
Maybe. Yeah! Okay, let's take our sex position of the week. This is Duvet. Do stay tuned. You can graduate to this position when you are having sex in the passionate missionary position. For her, as the mood heats up and you want to take your lovemaking to a higher pitch of passion, she can simply raise her legs and rest her feet on the top of his thighs. Her body language simply says, enter me more deeply. For both, raised feet posture is just one of the ananga-ranga positions in which the woman lies beneath the man with her legs raised. Try experimenting to find the leg angle that is most erotic for both of you. Some couples find it exciting if she rests her feet on the backs of his calves and let her knees fall to the sides. Others love it when she raises her feet as high in the air as possible. For a powerfully intimate moment, she can try wrapping her legs around his body and hugging him close immediately after he climaxes. It is passionate because he can feel her desire as he presses himself deeply into her. Her knees crush her breasts as he bears down with each thrust. All right, so that is our sex position of the week. Too much excitement in the studio tonight. I don't even know. This combo, we'll keep this combo. Too much excitement tonight.
Yeah.
So you did see our sex position of the week.
Yeah.
Something that you will try?
Yes, I think I love that position a lot. Oh my God. I don't want to say more about it. I think it's nice because you say it gives you this maximum penetration.
Okay.
And as a woman, you receive it deeply. It's
Okay.
good. It's a good sex position actually.
Oh, really?
And it is something I would love to try. I'm even trying to cry. anything goes. Yeah.
Ami,
I love it.
You love
Personally,
it.
I love it. The
Yeah.
eye contact. Like,
okay.
it's intense.
Okay.
And the
Yeah.
kissing.
Senior?
It charms
I
me
mean,
already.
I'm a virgin, so I've not tried it before. So, but I'll put it on my
Right.
bucket list.
Okay. So you know when we had to do the yes, no, maybe before
Okay.
sex position, the thing that I realized is that there's always the conversation about sex on the first date or meeting someone the first time. People think that if you met someone and you slept with them immediately, they will think you're easy. You may not see them again.
Yeah.
It comes with a lot of things. Is this something that you agree to, Ami?
Personally, if we both want each other, the sexual chemistry is intense. Go for it. Because my past relationships, that's how they started.
Okay.
Because we both liked each other so much. We started with that on the first date. We kept seeing each other. We liked each other. We made a relationship. And
Right.
it made
Okay.
sense.
Actually, I've also been in a situation whereby I see this guy, he likes me, and I also like him, and that day, no, I don't know what happened. So what, like, I don't.
You don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened.
You don't know how you ended up in his bedroom.
I don't even know
You
what.
don't know.
The only thing I remember was. When I
Taking
wake
a
up,
doggy.
when I wake up, I was tying a towel.
Why
The
you
first day,
can't
and you know,
my
the next day, I couldn't get the guy again. So it taught me a whole lot of lesson in my life.
couldn't
in
get
such
him
a
out.
way.
You didn't get
What
him
do you
how?
mean?
Like what I meant is, for example, for the
He
first,
ghosted.
like yeah,
He ghosted.
He ghosted. Very good. Just imagine. See, you saw me, I saw you. We liked each other. We were flowing. We after eating and everything. Oh, we couldn't even control ourselves. You like me. You want to be in a relationship, right? So we went home. I don't know how it happened. And when I wake up in the morning, what I just saw was the towel around me. I was
my
like,
God.
oh,
Were
I'm
you
sorry.
intoxicated?
so they
I'm
were like,
sorry.
no.
No, she wanted
it. We wanted it. So when he was, oh, you were so sweet. I was like, yeah, you too, so sweet. Okay, I'm going home. Okay, take care. We'll chat. Okay. When I get home, no chat. I am the one wanting the guy's attention.
Oh, my God.
So since then, it really taught me a lesson.
Oh, boy.
In fact, I cried.
Why did you fall for him?
I fall for him at that point because he has everything I want.
Right.
The size of the thing was what I want, you know. Like it makes me feel so like since then, no, any guy I see for the first day will talk, sir.
For how long?
My eye will be open. 1 week, we are not doing anything.
So
until
how long typically does it take before you?
at least 2 weeks is okay.
2 weeks.
Yeah,
So
2
you
weeks
sleep
is
with the guy
okay.
for 2 weeks and then you can sleep with him.
Then you can just go with him
My
because
issue with that is you
my
talk-
experience was really
my
bad.
issue with that can be that you might, if you hold out sex, right? I've
Yeah.
tried that before.
Right.
When you finally do it, it's like, why did I wait? Because in the end, why did I try
Yeah.
to talk to you? I caught feelings, and then the sex didn't work for me, and now I
Yeah.
had to ghost you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
thing.
Although we talked and I liked you,
And
the
we
sex
have
didn't
it.
hit, and now I don't want to see you.
I
again.
don't-
So, okay,
So-
so let me understand this.
Yeah.
And I think I can understand the both of you. What Ami is saying is that if you meet a guy first day and you feel like, I don't want him to feel I'm easy, so let me talk to him for a month before I have sex with him.
That's cool.
By talking to him, we're having dinner, he's buying you this and that, you may end up falling for him. So that if the sex doesn't slap, now you're in love. So it's like, oh shit. You know, I'm in love,
you're
but the
breaking
sex.
somebody's heart.
Yes, I'm in love, but the sex doesn't slap.
And
It's
the
a
guy-
problem.
the guy is giving
And
you
then Chelsea is also saying that because she had sex with a guy
Yeah,
on the
the
first
first
day,
day, oh, first
and then
day.
the guy ghosted
The
you.
next day, I was like, hello, I'm the one begging for your attention.
Don't be.
And I was like, hello, fuck you, bye. I have to block you. Serious.
I feel like a
Oh
lot
my
of
God.
women need to learn. Like,
Okay.
I mean, when you meet somebody and forget about the whole easy bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
In that moment, we wanted it.
We wanted it, baby.
But that moment, like if you go back, you would still do the same.
I was
Yeah.
gonna do
You
it.
wanted it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
After the session, expectations. Because when you have a lot of expectations, that's what happens.
You get
So
disappointed.
get
so what
disappointed.
happened? Why didn't the
No,
person
so
continue?
Chelsea, I think what
everybody
it
wants
is
a
is that
relationship.
Yeah.
in that moment when you met the guy, obviously you guys were both turned on and you wanted to have sex with each other,
Yeah.
and that is what you did.
Yeah.
So no regrets. But
Yeah.
don't expect that I'm going to be in a relationship with this guy,
Just
or
because
he's
you
going
have
to
sex.
marry me just because we
all
had
the
sex.
things the guy was saying before the thing
He was saying it
entered.
because he wanted to have sex with
Yes.
you.
So do it
so
because
you see,
you
that is
wanted
why-
to
So do it because you want to have sex with him, not because of the things he says to you.
Exactly, 'cause
Because
men are
the things
liars.
he says to you,
No.
they are all lies.
Okay, that's why too. We don't need to have sex on the first day, me poucher. We don't need to.
Right.
But
you know what? Let me
make
tell
it
you.
2 weeks.
My longest
weeks.
relationship,
Yeah.
and I think up until today, it definitely is my best relationship ever. We had sex on the first date.
Me too. My
It was-
only
it was
significant.
so-
Okay, maybe I should go back to having sex with the person.
Do what you want to do.
That is not what we're
Do what you want
Do
to
what
do.
you think will work for
Okay,
you.
that's fine.
But you see, I don't think there's any formula to that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If somebody likes you, they like you regardless. And if somebody doesn't like you, you can hold off on sex for a whole year. The day they have
Yeah.
sex with you, they'll go.
They'll-
Exactly.
And then if the person likes you, if you sleep with them the first day and they'll stay, they'll stay.
Okay.
I don't think there's any particular formula.
Yeah.
You
So
just
I
need
have,
to.
I have a
no-
question.
Right.
Why is it that Africans, we take this sex thing as the most difficult things in our
Why you
lives?
saying Africans take
No, when
it
I
as
mean
difficult?
Africans, we are all Africans, right?
What do you mean
Right.
by difficult?
Like we see this sex as something that is so hard, so difficult to get. That is, I don't know.
You know.
But
Okay,
when you
so let me
travel-
answer you, right?
Hold
Right,
on,
let him answer.
Okay, okay.
I've lived in Europe.
Okay.
I've lived in Asia. I've lived in South Africa. I've lived in different parts of Africa, right? I would confidently say it's a bit easy to get sex in Africa than in Europe.
Why?
Because in Europe, you get me, you'd take the girl on dates after date after date. Most you can't easily get sex. I mean, I remember I was in London. First time I moved to the UK, right? I was there for 3 months and I didn't even get a chance to even,
Smash nobody.
Exactly.
Did you
Right?
use dating apps? Did you try?
No, I'm a traditional man. I don't do dating apps. You get me?
Okay.
So you would have to take multiple girls on different days, and you even get up being used because some ladies just want to see beautiful places or nice restaurants, so they go out on dates with you, and after that you wouldn't hear from them or give you attention and all that.
Right.
So, but it's quite easier to
in
Africa. You get me? Our system is quite different from Europe and all that. Somebody might think, because of maybe the films that we watch and all that, it's quite easy to get sex when you are in America or maybe on,
Right.
but then it's quite
But that is
totally
not the
different.
case
That's
at
not the
all.
case at all.
Yeah,
So it's
but
easier
in
to
some,
get
in some
sex.
cases, it's really difficult to get sex. Like I don't know, but
I think the
it's
rule,
really hard.
the one rule about sex is, or
Yeah.
the one rule that should be about sex is that when you meet someone, both of you are sexually
Exactly.
attracted to each other, you want to have sex, you both have consented, it's
Okay.
okay. But no expectations, really, because he's not here to marry you or whatever, sweep you off your feet or none of that. You felt like in that moment, this is something I want, this is something he wants, we both wanted it, we do it, and that should be okay.
Yeah.
If after that you decide that, you know what, I think I want more than sex. And it's something you both want, all the better.
Yeah.
So that you move on from there. But also, just like men feel like we women do the thing where it's so difficult for them to get, to get through to us when they are trying to have sex. Women also have a thing where because a man has had sex with her, she feels that she's entitled to the man to be with her. Like, I don't know, I feel like
control the man.
women have a certain entitlement
Yeah.
where the minute a man sleeps with you, they feel like
that's
They
what
can
if
tell
you
you-
have slept with me,
they-
then
they can
you
tell
have
you
to
you-
be,
Go together.
then you have to be my man. Then we have to be in a
Or they
relationship.
can tell you you've used me.
Exactly.
That's the thing that a
shouldn't
lot
be
of,
like
a lot of
that.
Ghanaian
Yes.
women use
exactly.
against men that you've
Okay.
used me.
Okay.
I get it when they say that because a lot of them, in the end, that session, that experience they had only benefited the man
Oh,
because
'cause
he
they didn't
was
come.
the one that enjoyed it. Maybe in the end, her body was used as a masturbation tool. She just
so-
was used for his
So
pleasure.
most of the women that say that,
I'm not saying.
or some of the women that say that
Sometimes it's
might
because
be because maybe they didn't get
she
any
didn't
pleasure out
benefit.
of it.
Like she
Yeah.
felt like she was used, but like you
Yeah.
wanted to have sex, you wanted to come, and you used my body. I didn't
Yeah.
get anything out of it. I
Yeah.
didn't enjoy it. Maybe you didn't listen to me. I told you to eat me out. You didn't eat me out. You just wanted to go inside me and come.
Well,
and then
I
after
don't-
that, I told you.
That could be the
That's
case.
valid.
Yeah.
That could be the case, but I think most of the time it's
not.
just because they feel you've now had sex with them and you've
now you
had
don't
access
want
to their
anything to-
body.
Yeah.
So now they feel
They have the power to control
They
you.
have a
Yeah.
they have a certain level of entitlement.
yeah, exactly.
After
They can
that,
tell you you
they
use
feel
them.
like-
But some men are like that too.
Like
Oh, yeah,
one-
some-
Acting so insecure and obsessed
Yeah.
just because you have sex with them.
one time.
It's true.
What?
One time
Yeah.
for your mind. So
No,
they
we
feel
just
like
had sex. Am I your girlfriend?
so they feel like
Yeah.
Some men are like that.
But
It's not just a
I
woman
feel
thing.
like
Oh, I've even
we're
been in a
also in an
situation-
era
okay.
where now a lot of people have a good understanding sexually, and people are in all kinds of situationships and friends with benefits, and people are
Yeah.
having orgies and all of that.
Yeah.
And there's a total understanding of what they are doing, so they know that this is where we are, this is what we're doing, and we all understand what this means
Yeah.
or what this is, and that's such a good thing. But then there's also, the other school of thoughts that doesn't completely get what this is, and sometimes there has to be the education that, first of all, if you don't want to have sex with someone, don't do it, no matter
Yeah.
how much they
Yeah.
coerce you. Unless it's transactional. I'm saying that pay my rent and let me sleep with you, then it's transactional.
Yeah.
But if it is not transactional and we're both feeling each other and we both want to do it, there has to be a certain level of satisfaction for us both,
Yeah.
where I know that, okay, this is something that we both enjoy.
Yeah.
And communicating your needs.
And after that,
and
nothing
STI
else comes in.
testing. Let's
Yeah.
talk about that.
Yes,
because
please.
people have
Yeah.
STIs.
Yes,
A whole
please.
lot.
Yes,
A whole
please.
lot. That
My
is why
producer is
it's-
asking what happened in the club when the guy whispered to you in your
Yeah.
ear that they wanted to eat you out. What
Eat you
happened
out.
after that? You didn't complete that story.
Yeah, you just left us
Yeah,
hanging.
you left us hanging.
Tell us
Well,
where
when I was like, what do you mean? Like, I just
You knew what she
continued
meant.
dance. No. Like, I just, like, what do you mean? You just came to me to talk to me,
Yeah.
and then that's what you could tell me in my ears. Like, stop doing that.
But was he an attractive man?
I didn't like him in any way.
You didn't like
Okay,
him.
but
Okay.
what if you liked him?
What if he was an attractive man? What if he was the kind of man you wanted?
Maybe I'll let him eat me out.
You let him eat you out. But that's the thing. Women, we
Okay,
always
yeah.
know the men. I walked into a room at an event, and the minute I did, I sighted this guy in the
And you
corner,
knew you
and
wanted
and he was everything I wanted in a man.
Of course.
But then I went on and did my thing, whatever, and then the universe heard me. So before the program ended, he came to me and started talking to me and everything, and I pretended like whatever.
Why?
But I knew in my heart of hearts
Why
that
do you men do
listen,
that?
I spotted you the minute I got
So
here.
what if he didn't come to you? You would have just.
I would have just gone home. I would
Yeah,
not. I would not
personally,
have.
I'm like that.
I would
Oh,
not
really?
have gone
But
to him.
if you
No.
walk to me,
But if you walk to me,
okay
yes.
heart. Yeah.
So
Oh,
so
really?
you know,
So-
we had conversations and everything.
That is interesting.
And then, eventually, in the conversations, I told him that you are the first person I saw when I walked into that room that day. You know,
So do women like being approached by men?
absolutely.
If I
Yeah.
like you, I want
Yeah,
you to.
absolutely.
But if you don't like them, you be rude to them.
No,
No, not rude.
not
No
really
rude. No,
rude,
not
though.
rude at all.
But
Not
Another
rude.
for me,
But
when
actually,
I told
I've been in
that
a
guy, he mentioned it
situation-
to me again. Like we're working, and then I was like, you shouldn't be going around doing that to just anybody.
Yeah.
Like,
What if it's-
I know
yeah.
that maybe you think, because a lot of men think
They think
that-
it's sexy.
they think that women love oral sex so much that it's the way to make me want to have sex, but
Yeah.
that doesn't work
But
like
you
that.
like
I have to
straightforward
want
men.
you.
But you know, I've
Yeah,
been-
I
You
do.
like straightforward
I
men.
do.
like
But
straightforward.
But he was
I totally
straightforward.
do.
I do like him so.
do you know?
Okay.
I've been
So
in
it
You get
wasn't
me?
about him being straightforward.
Exactly.
It was about the fact that she didn't like him.
Exactly.
If it was
So-
a guy that she liked,
Like, you'd
then
have-
obviously.
Even
like
if I
I have been in a situation.
No,
whereby
exactly.
Timmy, listen,
Okay, let's do our final
Okay,
words.
okay.
Gosh, we could do this for another hour.
Yeah.
I'm totally enjoying the conversation.
Okay.
But let's wrap this up.
Okay.
We've talked about eating, men out, women out, all of that, consent, everything.
Okay.
In conclusion, Ami, what would you say?
Okay, so about oral sex. This show was about oral sex, right? So the first thing is passion and enthusiasm. Love what you're doing. Be enthusiastic about it. Like, aim to please each other. If you're giving a blowjob, don't use teeth. Although there's some men that like it when you
Virgin.
There's some men. A man has told me before that he likes it when you run your teeth along the shaft of his penis, not too hard. So in that case, like before you sack it, you can ask. If you've had a partner that liked it, just ask, babe, do you like teeth or no teeth? He might tell you a little teeth, but a lot of men do not use your teeth. Some men would want you to play with their testicles, their balls. Others don't touch it. So communication is important, enthusiasm, and aiming to please. Enjoy yourself. And then STI testing is important because you can transmit STIs via oral sex, herpes, chlamydia, gonorrhea, a lot. So please take care of yourself.
All right, Chelsea.
I mean,
Definitely, I think Chelsea will say no more sex on the first date. But in conclusion,
actually, my conclusion on the BJ part is we should take our personal hygiene very serious.
Very
It's
important.
very, very important, especially our mouth. You are the lady giving the blowjob, please wash your mouth, brush your, smell good. And lastly, I don't want to talk much because you've said everything all. Lastly, please, before you do something, try and watch and learn how to do it. That's all.
okay.
Watch, learn, and know how to go about it.
Okay.
That's it.
Senior.
I mean, as a virgin, I'll give you the virgin advices.
Okay.
You get me? I'll just say, men should really shower. I mean, for me, I love to shower a lot, sometimes 3 times in a day, just because I like to really smell good and all that. So the personal hygiene is really, really key. And also just don't go down on anybody.
Okay.
You get me?
Okay.
Or if you're not, into it, don't do it.
Don't do it. Okay, social media handles really quickly so that we can play my song.
Okay. My handle on Instagram is Amishika. On Twitter is Miss Amishika. TikTok, Amishika.
Okay. Chelsea?
Hi, I'm also known as the Celebrity Massage Therapist 1 on Instagram. You can check me on Facebook, Celebrity Massage Therapist 1. Everywhere, Celebrity Massage Therapist 1.
Okay.
Love you.
Do you give happy ending?
Oh, happy ending. We'll talk about it when you come to me.
Senior, social media handles.
Twins don't beg everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, mobile money everywhere. Mobile money is a social media.
It is.
Women.
Okay. All right, my name is Natalia. You can find me on social media. Yes, I am Natalia. We will do this again next Saturday, 10 p.m. Enjoy the rest of your night. And do try out our sex position of the week if you have a partner. Good night.